Welcome to this edition of In Depth Alaska. I'm Olivia Nordyke. We've learned that 14 people who were part of the U.S. skating program died in that devastating collision on Wednesday night. We sat down with two-time Olympic skater Keegan from Girdwood to hear how this will impact the skating community. I just want to hear how you're feeling.
Oh, devastated. This accident, to wake up and see it over the news, and really it was the figure skating crowd that I heard it from first. It wasn't even hearing about the airplane accident, but it was seeing that these kids were on this flight and got taken out. And at first I thought it was only 2 kids, but now we're coming to find out that it was like 14 skaters with their parents, with their coaches, 66 passengers in total. And first thing I'd like to say really is my heart goes out to all of them. This accident was terrible, and like if there's anything I can do, I can't believe such a terrible accident happened, and it's rough. And I think the youngest kid on the flight was 9. You know, these kids went to the National Development Camp. So what happens is the Nationals has the USFSA, the U.S. Figure Skating Association. They stopped doing nationals for the younger groups, and they've started only holding it up for the junior and senior events. And so what they do with all the kids is, if you're good enough and you've qualified enough points throughout the year, they're like, hey, you're a rising star, why don't you come out and we'll come out to nationals and watch the big guys skate, see what it's all about. You know, then we're going to run you through your programs, put you in front of some national level judges, and give you the full experience and as much help as we can get. You know, the coaches get coaching, the skaters get full on media training with all, you know, it's a big event, and it's like the best thing that these kids like get the chance. And you get that letter, you get that email or whatever, and it's like the coolest thing. And gosh, these kids, you know, they're just starting down the road of their figure skating career, and to see it end like this it's heartbreaking. And I can't believe that something like this has happened to them.
And you're talking about that's what they were doing in Wichita this week,
yes.
Right? And that was the 2025 championships
yes.
as well, right? You know, I guess I'd like to hear a little bit more about the figure skating community, because you said, you know, you woke up to this news not from the news of the collision, but from, you know, fellow people that you know from skating. Talk to me about, it sounds like it's very close-knit.
The figure skating community is one of those that everybody who's ever done it can share this like heartache. When we hit the ice countless hours a week, we throw our bodies into the ice over and over again. We all work so incredibly hard to do it that I feel like whenever we go somewhere, it's like everybody understands what we've gone through. It's like the family, that tight-knit friendships that you create on, like, in this career is crazy. And so to see these people, these kids do it, and it's like I have some lifelong friends, and it doesn't matter where you are, but we all greet each other with hugs and high fives and jokes, and we're like super good friends. And even though we all live miles apart, you know, we all feel like we're a part of the same family. And when tragedy strikes any one of us, we're always right there with a helping hand to help pick someone up, because that's what we do on the ice. You know, you fall down, you help someone up. Everyone has their good days, their bad days, but it's those bad days that, you know, you always have to pick yourself up off the ice. And, you know, it's lean on your fellow skater. You know, we all know how hard it is. So it's like when tragedy strikes like this, we all just lean on each other and embrace those around us. And honestly, I can't wait to go out and see some of my friends after this, just to be there for them and to offer the support that I can. But it's just such a tragedy. And I just can't, like, back in 1961, there was the entire U.S. world team. They were going out to the World Championships, and their flight went down going into Belgium, you know, and took out the whole team. And to see this happen again with the up and coming kids, like, gosh, like one of the kids was 9. You know, it's like you had 17-year-old boys and their coaches and their moms, and like it's just terrible.
That's what I was reading, because I saw that you mentioned that earlier.
And I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
You know, and to let go of your kids, to let them go to an event, and then to not have them come home is just devastating. I just want to go home and hold my own kids.
Do you feel like, are you concerned about flying in the future?
Oh, definitely.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, sadly, I don't live in a world where I can not fly. You know, you got to work. And this is sadly, or not sadly, but this is the job that I've chosen and been lucky enough to make a career out of it. I'm in and out of the state constantly. I almost didn't get my PFD last year because of it. And gosh, I still need to count up my days that I was gone last year. I'm on a flight next week, going. Actually, I don't even know where I'm going, but you know, I'm on a trip out of here almost once every other week, and every time I'm gone, I'm on at least 2 to 4 flights to my destination. I just got back from Newfoundland. It took me 4 flights to get there, and little planes, big planes, and now this is always going to live in the back of my mind. It's like sleeping on the airplane is going to be that much harder. But that's not what I want to like. I don't want to focus on like my heartaches here. It's like, you know, I'll survive, but these families, they need all the support we can get, and we can give them.
I think this is one of the last things I'd like to ask, but what kind of hole is this leaving in figure skating?
This is a hole that's never going to be filled. You know, as I mentioned back in 1961, that tragedy that's happened, that still hasn't been filled. And this one, I want to say, is going to be that much worse. It's going to be something, because it was the next generation, because it was the building blocks of the U.S. team, and because it was kids, it's never going to be filled. The only thing that we can do is support and really just try to bring those around us up.
Is there anything you feel like we've left out?
Probably, but it's just, my heart goes out to the families, and not just the figure skaters, but everybody involved.
Thank you.
Thank you.